Welcome to Teal Table Talks. Join us around the table for an in-depth and behind-the-scenes look at Soundscapes and the community we serve. I'm Carol Minter, Executive Director at Soundscapes, and my two very special guests today are Rahsheedah and Carlton Morant. And Rahsheedah is an instructional assistant at Crittenden Middle School, but more importantly, she is Carlton's mom, and we're here to talk about Carlton's experience. He is a fifth grader at Carver Elementary School and a level 3 Soundscape student who plays trumpet. So I'm really eager to hear about your experience at Soundscapes and how you all got started. So how did you first hear about Soundscapes?
Okay, so since like second grade, we were living in Fox Hill Road, and I seen people around Carver walking around with instruments a lot, and I wanted to play an instrument. I've been playing instruments since little baby, not even one yet. I just wanted to play an instrument, so I asked my mom, and for some reason she wouldn't let me. So once I got to like third grade, I asked her again when we moved into a new house. She said yes this time, but it took her a minute to sign me up.
Mom, he's calling you out.
Called me all the way out.
And went to level 1. After that, it was pretty good in level 1. Mm-hmm. Got a lot of solos in level 1.
Oh, all right.
And then after level 1, I was a level 1 all-star. Mm-hmm. We did one different song by Stevie Wonder. Mm-hmm. I had a solo in Stevie Wonder.
I remember that song.
Superstition. Then, okay, level 2 was my favorite, honestly. So far.
That's where you got your trumpet for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My 3 instruments that I was gonna pick, out of those, it was clarinet, saxophone, and the trumpet. And then once my dad figured out, I said one of my choices was the trumpet. He told me he played the trumpet a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So then I wanted to follow in his footsteps and play the trumpet a little bit too.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, Then I started playing the trumpet, got good at it, started practicing a lot. Here I am.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What about you, Mom? When's the first time you heard about Soundscapes?
So, like Carlton, my oldest daughter, she is currently a second-year student at Norfolk State University. When she was in the first grade, she saw all the kids walking around with instruments, and she was curious as well. She wanted to join. She joined, I want to say first, second, and third grade.
Okay.
In the third grade as well. And then she went on to Deer Park Elementary when they were a late school, so it was hard to get her to Soundscapes. Mm-hmm. So we quit then, and we were sad about it. And she tried to join band when she was in middle school, but she just kind of lost the love for it. Yeah. It breaks my heart. Yeah. But with Carlton, so that was my first experience with Soundscapes. And I
didn't realize that you
loved it.
I'm so glad. See, I didn't realize you had an older sibling that had been a part of it too, or older. You have an older sibling that had been a part of it. Okay.
Yep.
That's cool.
And I don't have a musical bone in my body. I love music. I appreciate it. I love to sing, but I'm no good at it.
Exactly.
Oh, confirming.
Thanks. So I appreciated what the love for music that grew in my kids. And with Carlton, when he asked, it is because we lived on Fox Hill Road.
Yeah.
I was doing after school activities. I had to get my other daughters from Deer Park and, from school somewhere. Yeah. I don't know. Everyone was everywhere. Yeah. So it's very hectic. Sports, everything. So it's just too much. My oldest son has Down syndrome. He goes to Kickintan, or he went to Kickintan. It was right around the corner from my house, and I'm trying to Zoom to pick him up, and there was just no way. And then we did move, so Carlton joined, and so when he joined, I want to say the beginning of level 2, or was it level 2? So now it's getting dark outside, and he is frantic. Like, I don't get any time to play. I'm quitting Soundscapes.
Oh.
And I said, no, you're not. And he's in tears in the car.
Yeah.
And playing, they want to go outside and play. My kids love outside.
Of course, yeah.
And I said, no, you're really good at it, and we're going to stick with it. And he looked at me and said, Mommy, you and Daddy promised if there were ever a time that we wanted to stop doing something that we didn't love anymore, you'd let us stop. And I said, well, I did say that. But I'm the mommy, and it's my job to see what's good for you. And I see that it's good for you. I see that you love it. I see that you're good at it. And he accepted it, and he kept playing and kept practicing late at night, driving everybody crazy. And we were so impressed. Like, when did you learn that song? Like, oh my gosh, just like picking it up, just so well. He also fiddled with the keys. My husband plays the drums, and
I want to say one thing.
okay.
Sorry for the cutoff. Sorry.
You're fine.
When I was a couple of months, my dad had me in his lap playing the drums, and I fell asleep in his lap while he was playing the drums. He had my hands on under his hands, and I fell asleep like this while he's playing the drums.
That's a great story.
He had to have bass. I was pregnant, and my husband would practice in the far back of our house.
Yeah.
I could still hear it, and it seemed like he just jumped around. He loved it. And we had to have speakers under his bed so he could feel the vibration. So
he was born to love music.
Yes. And I just love how he's grown to love it. Yeah.
So at one point you were thinking maybe you wanted to quit, and maybe you weren't so sure about it. How do you feel about it now?
I'm glad she made me stay.
Oh, good. It sounds like you have a real gift for it. That's amazing.
Yeah, because now I see it's opening up opportunities. So.
Very cool. Well, what do you like about coming to Soundscapes?
A lot of my friends go to Soundscapes. So now starting 5th grade, a lot of my friends aren't in my class. So Soundscapes is where I get to see them more often. And like she said, I have a great connection with music, and I love it.
That's great. Yeah. Have you seen growth in him since joining?
Oh, so much growth. While we are a 2-parent household, it's busy. He spends, like other children, so many hours in school away from us. We pour what we can pour into them, and then we give them over to the teachers. And there are 25 to 30 kids in the class. But when they get to Soundscapes, no matter how many children are in there, it seems so personal. It seems like they get individual attention, and he is growing. So for me, when I first looked into the Soundscapes program, and I read you guys' mission and what you wanted to set out to do, I was thinking to myself, oh, well, maybe this isn't for my kids, because they have parents at home. Yeah. We do well. Yeah. They don't really need like mentorship and I'm thinking, no, all kids could use mentorship, you know? Mm-hmm. And I'm so grateful that I decided to disregard the first thought and let him go ahead and dive into it. He has grown so much. The focus in school, like I think most boys' age, is 2 seconds long.
Sure. That's typical.
I still get good grades though.
You do, but you got to stay on top of them, right? And I'm fine with that. It's typical, like you said.
Yep.
With music, I'm not sure what he does while he's at Soundscapes, but when he is at home and he is practicing, he is focused and talking about discipline and learning. That's something I don't have to tell him to do, and I love it. And we use this in other areas of his life. And we say, hey, the same attention that you put into music, that's the same focus and attention and discipline and drive that you need to put into other areas of your life. And it makes sense to him. And I think that, so I love music because I think it opens up so many more aspects in your mind. You make so many connections. I remember when I was in high school, my brother, I would go upstairs when he was listening to classical music, and I would be like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm studying. He would study to classical music. And he said, it's calming, and I feel like I'm learning better. And I've always remembered that. And just knowing music, it's mathematical. You look at it, it's mathematical. And I really do, I use it for everything. Any and everything. Because he loves it. And like I said, it focuses him. And if he can see that, then he can take that and apply it to different aspects in his life. And he does.
Love that. I love hearing that because really that's what we want for all of our students. We hope you come and you get to spend time with your friends and you get to work on music and you get to really develop your music skills. And we hope that you are learning exactly those kinds of skills. You learn how to practice. You learn how to stay focused and have discipline and bring that not just to the music, but to your schoolwork and to all the other things that you're working on in life. So I'm excited to hear that you're seeing that at home too. So, and also having a lot of fun playing the trumpet.
I think that's important.
It is. We
It's
do
very
try to
important.
make it fun.
It
is fun, right, to come to Soundscapes?
For sure.
So, and who's your instructor?
Mr. Williams.
Oh, well, yeah, Mr. Williams is great. He does make it a lot of fun. Good. Wonderful. So now you also, with your work at Crittenden, have you had any other students come, because that's right next door to Carver for those who aren't familiar. So a lot of the students that start at Carver end up at Crittenden. Have you had other Soundscape students that you've encountered at Crittenden?
Yes, lots of them throughout the years. Recently, Sasha, she comes over. She graduated. She graduated, but we would walk her down, and someone from Soundscapes would come over and grab her and take her across, and she loved it. She talked about it all the time, and I think it's really, really good for those that have that with Soundscapes, and they continue on throughout middle school. I don't believe that I've had the chance to see them in the educational setting, like in an actual classroom setting. But you do see the Soundscape students walking up and down the hall, and they are really respectful kids. They're typical kids. Yeah,
of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
But they're good kids. And I love it, and I think that you can tell them apart from a lot of students that maybe come from the same demographic.
I've heard that from other teachers too. That's really interesting. So Carlton, you're going to stick with it, right? Good.
Most definitely.
Good. Now the nice thing is when you go on next year, and it's just the beginning of your 5th grade year, so you've got time still to finish up at Carver. When you go on to, he'll be at Crittenden next year.
That's
maybe we don't know, but well,
whatever we do, I'm going to make sure he gets the Soundscapes. Soundscapes is why he's at Carver.
Really?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
100%.
I was supposed to move to Deer Park.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got
Like 3
accepted
years
to Deer
ago.
Park too. But I want my kids to be well-rounded.
Yeah.
And
Deer Park is not far though.
it's not. And because he takes such an interest in music, and I see how it affects his life, and I see how it can change and change things for him and open opportunities.
Yeah.
So,
It just sounds like Soundscapes was a really good fit for him.
it is a really good fit for him.
I'm so glad.
And if it weren't for Soundscapes, honest to God, he would be at Deer Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that speaks volumes about the work that you guys do with that program.
Thank you. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, before we end today, so I know you all have watched some previous episodes, so you know we end every episode the same way. We have the rapid fire 4. So I've got 4 questions I'm going to ask to both of you, and we'll try to make it quick. So we'll start with Rahsheedah. What is your favorite instrument?
My favorite instrument would have to be the saxophone.
Good choice.
Copier. She likes to
My
copy me.
I was born first.
What's your favorite instrument?
Saxophone.
Not trumpet.
Okay. Only reason it's not the trumpet is I feel like you can do less jazzy things with the trumpet.
Oh, okay. Do you have interest in jazz?
Lots
Okay.
of it. My
Very cool.
3rd grade teacher and my 4th grade teacher, I heard for 3rd grade and 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
She every morning played jazz music, and I would be the person to tell her what type of jazz.
Very cool. All right. Well, that's a valid answer. All right, I'll take it. Very cool. What is a memorable recent concert that you've attended?
I don't attend any concerts, but Soundscapes.
Okay.
And the second session, it was crazy. I mean, the small amount of time those kids get to practice those songs and
This
the way
is for
they
the summer camp.
The
this
summer
past-
camp,
Mhm.
yeah. I was blown away. I was impressed,
Yeah.
and my daughter kept saying, "Mommy, sit down, you're embarrassing me."
And then we played some song I forgot. She gonna come to the cause we got off the stage and
Oh, and I danced.
it came to yes, and you
did.
came and danced right beside me.
I mean,
I
sometimes
did.
music
Yeah.
just moves you. You can't help it.
Can't help it.
What about you? A memorable recent concert.
Can I say like my favorite?
Sure. Still a tough question, huh?
Rapid fire.
I know. I just can't say it fast. I gotta remember. It might be a summer camp I went to in level 2 because I played percussion
Oh, that's
and
fun.
I played my trumpet. So
Very cool. Good answer.
I think
All
that
right.
was in 2022.
I think it would have been. Yeah. Very cool. What was your dream job as a kid?
Oh, my dream job was to be a lawyer or a teacher.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. And Carlton, you're the first legitimate kid we've asked this question to. What is your dream job as a kid right now?
Trick question. It's a lot. I do a lot of sports. My first sport is basketball, so I want to be in the NBA. But if that doesn't work out, backup would be NFL.
Oh,
If
And
that doesn't happen, music.
Excellent. Good to have backups. I like it. Very cool. And finally, if you had one magic wish for Soundscapes, what would it be? And Carlton, I'm going to ask you first this time. One magic wish for Soundscapes.
Magic.
Anything in the world.
Okay. I would like for it to be spread it more schools to have it.
Very cool.
All across the world, not just Virginia, all across the world.
All across the world.
Worldwide.
All right.
Okay, Soundscapes worldwide.
I like it.
I like it too. I guess mine would be similar for Soundscapes to be able to reach all children
I love that.
worldwide.
So they can have like a close story to mine.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for coming and spending some time with me this afternoon. I really appreciate it. And thank you for watching and listening.
Thanks for joining us around the teal table. Learn more at soundscapes.org. Soundscapes is supported in part by the National Endowment for the Arts, Virginia Commission for the Arts, Newport News Arts Commission, Carnegie Hall through the Play USA program, LA Phil through the Partners in Music Learning program, D'Addario Foundation, Town Bank, the Bernardine Franciscan Sisters Foundation, and the City of Newport News. Learn more at soundscapes.org.